Hey guys, today is the first video on this channel. You may have seen me in other YouTube videos or other YouTube channels, but I'm not going to reveal what they are. I'm going to keep the channel a secret. Anyway, today's video will be one about ranking every location on the new Fortnite Simpsons season map. Now, I do think that they are all good locations. I don't think any of them are like genuinely bad or anything. I think some are better than the others, which you will see today. Now, sorry if I stutter or anything in this video. I don't have a script for today's video, so that'll be why. And I'm too lazy to write one, so you're just gonna kind of have to deal with it, I guess. Let's get right into it. So guys, to start this off, at number 9 is the Springfield Slurp Works. I think that's what it's called on the map. Now, I don't think this location is bad. Just like I said in the intro, I don't think any location is bad. I just don't often like the layout of these big factories. I find them to be a bit confusing, or maybe not even confusing, maybe just a bit like, I just don't like the look and the vibe of it, I guess. Now, you know, it's fine if you enjoy it. I can see why. There is elements that I do like to it. For example, the fact that you can like get like 200 health and 200 shield like anytime you land there, like even if you get into a few fights with a few good players, if you survive them fights, you will always end up like walking out of this location with probably full health and shield, which is a great thing. But I just don't honestly like the fact that barely anyone lands there. I don't really like the layout. I don't really like the fact that it's like right at the edge of the map, which also isn't really that much of a problem because, you know, the map's quite small, so you can easily get right to the middle, which for some of these locations coming up, that's not really one of my negatives for it, because I don't know why, I just kind of feel it's easier to rotate. There is also a few cars that I've seen spawn there. I don't know if that's every time or if it's just like I've gotten lucky, but you know, it makes for some easy rotation out of the location. So guys, at number 8 is Corruption Corners. I swear I had a different name at the start of the season, but either way, still have the same opinions on it. I think that this location is fine. It just kind of reminds me too much of locations we've had many times in the past. I can't really think of an example right now because there's been so many locations in the past, but also reminds me of ones already on this island, because I feel like there's so many locations on this island that kind of just feel the same. This one, like, once again, not really got too many problems with any of those locations. I just think this one, like, the buildings are too far apart, and it just, I guess, feels the most isolated out of most of the locations. And constantly while making this list up, I just kind of kept thinking, you know, I think I like that one better, or actually no, I like that one better too. So it just kind of ended up in this place due to having slightly more negatives than some of the other ones. But it does have its positives. Like, I like the layout of this. It's quite simple to learn, and each of the buildings, they aren't too complicated to get around, although I do find myself often landing there, and not many people are there with me, if any at all. So guys, at number 7 is Springfield Nuclear Power Plant. Now, I do like this location, don't get me wrong. I just think, you know, I've never really been a fan of any of the power plant locations. I just think it's kind of awkward, because you're always either, this is a point I saw in another video, where you're always either, like when I'm fighting, you're always either looking straight up or straight down at people. It's never often in between. Now, I do find this location a little bit more unique and a little bit cooler than some of the other power plant locations we've had in the past, like what is it, like Steamy Stacks, was it, in chapter 2? Because there is like a little mini game that you can do, as you can see in the footage behind you, which I won't often reference the footage behind the video. You can see me struggling to do it in the background. I still don't really get how it works, but you know, I was trying here. You know, that's the important part. But once again, I just don't really like the layout, I guess, for these locations. And also the power plant is good for rotation, but for some reason these ones are a bit awkward and weird to use, because for some reason it often takes a few seconds for me to like start like actually flying up, and I'm just kind of awkwardly sitting there like a duck at the bottom. Yeah, and that kind of just wraps up my opinions on this location. Kind of similar to the first one, just kind of the layout. And I guess there's also kind of too many players landing here for this one, which does kind of create an issue for me, because I'm just like, I don't really want to fight the whole lobby right at the beginning of the game. I kind of want to wait for later on in the game to do that. But you know, that's just a tiny issue that I have, and other people might find that to be a positive. Now, number 6 is Donut District. This one and the one above this, I literally don't really have any negatives for. It's just the positives aren't really like too strong, and even the positives that are strong, it's just like this one once again and the other one above it. I was just kind of thinking, nah, I've kind of wanted to put the other ones below it, like the ones I put below it, and I kind of want to put the other ones above them. So I don't really have many points to say about this one or the next one. But if I had to come up with one positive, is that I like the layout in this one. Like I said, for most of them, a lot of these locations I've kind of just the same points for, because a lot of them do kind of feel similar to each other. But this one, I kind of just like, I like the layout, I guess. That's my only really like positive that I can think of right now, other than, you know, I kind of like the look and vibe of the location. And yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. Now, at number 5 is the farm location. There's always a farm on the map called Cletus's Cornhole. It's a bit of a weird name, but you know, you just kind of got to deal with it. Now, I always like these farm locations. It's just for this one, there's these like little things. I don't know what they are, but like you can kind of see them in the background of the footage. Once again, another footage reference that I won't often do. That there's these like bushes with like the red bits in them. I don't know what they are. I'm guessing, like, from what I can see, like, I'm moving pretty fast, I can't really tell, but they look like apples or something on them. I don't know why, because apples grow on trees, unless I'm being extremely stupid right now. Anyway, enough yapping about that. They're just kind of, they always kind of get in the way, and you always kind of have to like jump over them. You can't just walk through them like other bushes, which I start to find really annoying sometimes. And it's quite open, which can be a positive and a negative about this location. Positive because it's quite easy to get from one side of the location to the next. And it's quite easy to get into action if you want to. Another negative about it being open is that you can just get sprayed, like I just done in the clip right there. And it's quite easy to just get, like, you know, stuck in the middle of the open, getting sprayed by every location possible. Coming in at number 4 is Burns Manor. I think that's what it is. Burns Manor. Now, I do like this location, but I just prefer the other ones better than it, and that's literally all I can really say, to be honest. I'll try to come up with a few more positives. Like, it reminds me of Lavish Lair, which I absolutely loved in chapter 5, I'm pretty sure. And I do think like these like giant, I guess, mansion locations are really interesting, because there's like lots of places you can guess hide, or like there's a lot, like, you're never once going to the same location, because you're always probably getting lost, unless you're just like an expert and just know your way around the location from day one. In my opinion, I always find myself getting lost, or barely ever going to the same location twice. In fact, because there's so much to these mansion locations, I've only been in the right side of the mansion so far this season. I've never really been in the left side. And Lavish Lair, I don't even think I explored every room in Lavish Lair, to be honest. I just find these so complex, like so big and interesting, these locations. They're quite well detailed. I quite like them. It's quite fun to be in, explore around and look at. And then the fighting in here can be interesting, because you know, you got the maze out back, and it's like, you know, while it can be annoying fighting in there, it can also be just quite fun. And it's easy to like hop over the bushes. I'm fighting inside, like I've done earlier in the clip, another background clip reference, another footage reference, where I broke the floor above someone, and it was like they didn't really know where I was shooting from, to be honest. Fights in here can be interesting. So guys, number 3 is Evergreen Terrace. Now this is where the Simpsons house is. That is probably the main reason I like this location, plus the fact that it reminds me of locations I've loved in the past, like Retail Row, I guess, and Salty Springs and Pleasant Park, where it's literally just like a bunch of houses and then roads and stuff, right? So it's quite simple and it's easy to learn. From day one, I had felt like I had like known this location for months, if not years. They're always quite simple. Fights here are always quite interesting, like someone on the roof, someone in the house, someone in the garden, for example. You'll always find someone just like looting up until like the last people are like killed, and then like killing whoever like won the location, I guess. Like it's always interesting. There's always a lot of like stuff going on all at once in these type of locations, and they're always just quite simple, which is honestly a great thing. And the location of this one, I don't really mind, even though it's right at the edge of the map and not in the center, just because, you know, you get a lot of like cars there, and it's quite close to other locations that I don't mind, like the Cletus's Cornhole Farm location, and not too far away from the Springfield Town Square, which is another location that I have a lot of positives for. Speaking of the Springfield Town Square, it's coming up next at number 2. I absolutely love this. It reminds me of like a Tilted Towers, where it's like right in the center of the map basically, and it's like really busy, which I always love a location like Tilted Towers. Although sometimes it can get a bit annoying, which is also why it's good, why it's smaller, like a Pleasant Park. Don't know if it's smaller in terms of like how wide or like how long it is, if that makes sense, but it's definitely smaller in the number of like buildings and like I guess the number of players that land there, which is good because I don't always want to be fighting the whole lobby at the start of the game, which is like one of my negatives for the nuclear power plant, which I'm always struggling to say for some reason. Anyway, I just have I feel like I'm repeating the same points of positives and negatives for all of these locations, but it's just because they're all really similar on this map. Like, obviously Springfield Town Square and the power plant are not similar really at all, but they all have like similar positives and negatives, so it's kind of hard to think of brand new ones, and they're all good locations, so it's not like any positives or negatives really stand out, especially in the case of these top 3, where like none of these top 3 locations really have any differing positives or negatives. They're all like my top 3 for a reason, where I really enjoy landing at all of these. I really enjoy the action I get and locations based in, and the design and stuff of these locations. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping about this one, because I feel like, once again, I'm just repeating the same points over and over again. I'm going to get right on to number 1. Now, number 1, you probably guessed it, is Camp Krusty. Now, for this one, I'm honestly just going to be repeating the same points and yapping a lot of the time. But please don't click off, because this one is my favourite one, and I would like to hear why. I love the mountain beside it. I'm always landing up there. That is probably the place I'm going to land the most on this map. It's just like, it's so easy to loot up with even the small amount of loot there is up on that mountain. Then getting down into the location to have a really interesting fight in this like interesting location. It's honestly designed quite uniquely to anything I've seen in the past. Even locations similar to it, this location does not remind me of it at all. And whenever I land here at this location, I'm always having such a good time, and it's always like, alright, I'm gonna land there, I'm gonna have a great game, because whenever I land there, it's always just a fun time, to be honest. I just think, once again, fights are always like really fun and unique here. The way it's designed, the buildings, like the look and like vibe of the location is always so fun and just like so unique and cool. And once again, I'm telling you that I'm just gonna end up yapping and like repeating the same points for this first place, but that's kind of the story of this video. They're all similar locations in a way, but they're all like good. But this one, like, the positives are like really like so much stronger than everything else. And yeah, you could point out some issues like holes in the roof, which for me, that's not really much of an issue. It just creates for more of a interesting environment to have fights in, and creates more unique fights, I guess. and it having less loot, it means that, like, you know, in other locations, there's always a chance that you could just get a legend shotgun and demolish everyone in a location. There not being as many chests in this location, as much loot, from what I know of, it kind of makes it more interesting as well, because I feel like there's less chance of someone just getting like a really good gun and instantly destroying people, which might not make sense, but in my opinion it does. And honestly, that's just kind of why I honestly love this location, in my opinion. Now for this outro, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to get into saying it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you agree with my ranking. If not, comment down below and tell me what you would change. Anyway, if you did enjoy the video, like, subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.